Intro music cuts. We're in this bitch, alright?
Welcome to Sleuthcast with Dr. Bear, Bumpy Bear, and Swiss Bear. Join them in the den for some bear opinions on gaming. And now, our host, Dr. Bear.
Hey, how are ya? I'm Doc, and welcome to Sleuthcast with Bumpy.
Hello.
And Swiss, the co-host with the most attitude.
He does have an attitude.
Yeah, he's a moody bitch today, isn't he?
At work, he literally gets yelled at and always being
Hey,
told
man.
to fuck up.
If a bear knew how to throw his garbage away, we wouldn't have this fucking problem.
I wonder who that bear is.
We literally live in the woods and he just litters everywhere.
That's definitely not the bamboo lover, dude. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna talk about zombie apocalypse because why not? Because honestly, if anybody ever asks any man, hey, what's your zombie apocalypse survival plan? That motherfucker has a 10-page document somewhere ready to go.
Honestly, if you haven't had the conversation with your friends or literally anybody on the street, because
My wife asked me, and I fucking just rifled some shit
Do you really
out.
have friends if you haven't had this?
Exactly. This
Yeah.
is just this is a common question. This is a common question, same as your significant other asking you, "Would you still love me if I was a worm?"
Okay, first off, no. You're a fucking worm, bro.
You're a fucking
Are you
worm.
kidding me? I
Get
love
fucked, nerd.
fishing. You can give
Get
me
out of
one
my
last
house,
meal
worm
before we
lady.
say goodbye.
But yes, zombie apocalypses.
All right.
Apocalypse.
Fumpy. I would love to hear your take on the zombie apocalypse survival plan of a fucking black bear.
So, yes, me and my friends had this conversation, and we made a plan. But realistically, let's start off there. I would kill myself.
Okay. Suicide isn't funny, but this is actually funny.
Like, one,
He just straight up gives up. He's like, nah, fuck it. I'm done.
it's hard living regular life. Now imagine these motherfuckers chasing me, like hard fucking.
Okay.
chase.
Now, are they going to be World War Z zombies where they fucking run, or are they Walking Dead
See,
zombies
That's
where they
another question.
don't? Because it makes a
So-
big fucking difference.
Now imagine they're Call of Duty zombies. You're on level fucking 1. They're walking and limping and shit. I'm fine with that. If they're level
Dude, I'll
20
train a
zombies,
fucking
fuck
crawler the rest of my life, dude. He ain't getting me.
that. Bitch, you ain't got the stamina for that. Stop it.
Hey.
You'd get
First
distracted.
No shit.
But
Get
no,
fuck nerd, dude.
obviously, I think everybody has the kind of the similar plan, which is another reason why I would kill myself, because you would have to fight with real people that have guns or know where to get guns, and they would probably shoot you because you're trying to steal their shit too.
Fair.
So, anyways, the same plan is pretty much everyone. Go to somewhere that has guns. Go to somewhere that has foods. People would fucking storm Walmart. People would storm fucking Costco. Shit like that. So it would be hard. Like, you're fighting zombies and you're fighting fucking people.
Honestly, the people are worse than the zombies.
Oh, 100%. You know how the zombie thinks. You don't know how these motherfuckers think. To be like, oh, we can be
Exactly.
cool. Bang, dead. Like, there's...
Bitch, where are my parts? You know?
So it's just like, it's just a hellhole that you're gonna have to live in, and like, if people are up for that challenge, more power to you.
Yeah.
But it's just, I would definitely be a follower in that situation if I were to want to survive. But to me, no, it wouldn't be worth it. Would I want to become a zombie? Yeah.
You look, next thing you know, you turn around, the zombie's just clicking his heels.
Ooh, I guess a side question is, if you got bit and you had like however long until you turned into a zombie, would you say something?
Depends on who I'm with.
The team you pick, I'm assuming you would pick your own team.
Not all, things happen, dude.
like we just talked about humans.
But if the person was shitty,
I just no. Okay. I think, like, no matter what situation I'm in, I'm probably gonna inevitably fucking off myself. But yeah,
You're gonna
so,
self-assassinate. Interesting.
I mean, I would try. I would be terrified, but like, it would be fun
Well,
to try.
Yeah. And the freedom of not having to go to near a 9 to 5 is literally just living. Finding a
that's
way to
another
get
thing,
it
like-
to the next day, you know?
Like, finding food would be hard as shit.
Yeah.
Fucking. Also, like, it depends on what kind of zombie apocalypse. If it's like, what if it is like The Last of Us, where it's like airborne and shit like that, where it kind of just happens,
Mm-hmm.
or a virus or some shit like it. So like, say you go deer hunting. Like, how do you know like the deer is infected, and then you eat that fucking deer because you're starving to death, and then
Yep.
boom, you're a fucking zombie.
Yeah. That's,
So there's just a lot of variables that I'm not willing to.
to fucking
into.
account for, yeah.
Like, it would be cool to have like no laws and just shoot things because they're
Mhm.
walking funny.
Bumpy's plan: step 1, buy
Yeah.
gun. Step 2, buy extra ammo. Step 3, figure out which bullet is for me. Step 4, shoot for more.
Always keep one in the little pocket I always have in my shirt. Keep one bullet right there. Everything else is free game.
All right, so I know I have this ridiculous plan. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to say in a perfect world, I would have one of those bunkers that they have in, I think it's Iowa. It's the big field of bunkers. I would own one of those. But it would be built up inside, right? But obviously that's not happening. But I would find a place that I could take the land if the people weren't there or help them because I have experience. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I guess the question is like,
Because
are we talking like perfect world, or like right now zombie apocalypse happens? What would you do right the fuck now?
oh, right now, yeah, I would definitely stay in my house until it died down a little bit because the initial couple days are going to be fucking insane. Like cars running out of gas, kind of insane, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rioting, looting, and then a couple weeks in, it'll be the people who.
Ooh, actually, I just remembered me and my buddy when I worked at a place. Anyways, we worked on a
Shake Shack?
peninsula. Yes.
It's
I've
not
actually
Shake
never
Shack.
had Shake Shack, and it sounds fucking delicious.
Yeah.
But we worked on a peninsula, and it was gated off, and really high gates.
Uh-huh.
So we talked about it. So we would like seal all that off.
It's not a bad idea.
And then because obviously surrounded by water, it goes to the lake and everything, so that'll be our way of transportation. So I thought about it a little bit. So I think a peninsula would be a decent idea. One way in, one way out type deal.
I think for
All good until they're Day of the Dead style and they're able to walk underwater and still survive
okay.
because they don't need anything and they're zombies.
I guess we should establish like what.
yeah, there really is.
There's a way to shoot a hole through everything.
I was gonna say.
Depending on your zombie style, there's a way to
What
shoot a hole
zombies
through
would you
everything.
guys want?
Fucking Walking Dead. I don't want to fucking deal with these crazy bastards. That's the most reasonable.
Yeah. Like, ideally, Walking Dead.
Dude, Left 4
Worst
Dead
case
would be
scenario for
fucking
me would be
crazy.
Left 4 Dead.
And like giant tanks, dude.
Left 4 Dead and I might be joining
No
you in
shit.
picking the which bullets for me.
Like not.
Like, the first time I see a stalker nag somebody or a smoker, I'm out. I'm
you're
out,
walking down the
dude.
street trying
Fuck
to survive.
that.
You see a crying little girl. You're gonna go to that little girl. You're gonna die, because that witch is gonna fucking kill you.
Okay, so what about an
Oh,
island?
yeah.
I guess it's the same as the peninsula, as long as you could get a boat and have.
And now you need it to be remote enough to where not everybody's going to be going there, and far enough out that someone wouldn't swim there.
So I was gonna say, so like the other thing to think about then, if we're gonna talk about like, so if the zombies could, so you say peninsula and I go freshwater. There are some bodies of fresh water where it's deep enough where that wouldn't be a possibility. Like, depths would just crush a zombie body. I don't care what type of zombie you are. The only ones that would survive that I could think of that we've actually seen in any form of kind would be Resident Evil zombies from the movies. Some of them survived just fine at some crazy depths. But those were like super mutant Nazi zombies. That sentence is a real thing. But yeah, I mean, so if you're going to do an island, though, ideally you would want something that is not just remote. You'd want something sort of small, and you need it to be surrounded by some deep-ass water. This way that there is absolutely no chance of anything finding a way to you that isn't smart enough to figure out a way out there.
Have you seen... There is pictures floating around on the internet of this one big-ass island. It's like a giant crater inside of a mountain almost. It's like, would you live in this house for $1 million? And I was like, fuck yeah, I would.
Yep.
That kind of house would be the perfect zombie apocalypse house. Because it looks like there's only one road up to that, and you block that off. And the zombies are just going to fucking meander back down the ocean.
And it's funny because, like, people would be like, oh, I'll just put, like, steel fucking shit on my windows and walls and shit. Like,
you have to acquire that first.
Yeah, also, like, it would still be fucking terrifying. Like, you know you're safe, but you just hear fucking pounding at your fucking steel door.
I would be like, yo, bitch, could you shut the fuck up out there? I'm trying to do shit.
The trauma, yeah.
Like, knowing I'm on an island where nobody can touch me.
Yeah, it's because you've been trained to be that way, Doc.
Now,
but yeah.
I thought you were going to say something. Yeah.
Anyway, so Doc.
Okay, so like I said, I would stay.
So Doc, what's
at
your
the
plan
house,
here?
Give it a while. I have guns and ammo. I'm good to go. I would probably have to save Fumpy's ass.
You would save me?
I would save you. I like you. You're right.
I'd be like, yep, bring a gun, bring a bullet.
We know quite a few people that have guns. We just need to get us all together.
I won't lie to you. Like, as a parent, like, are you saving yourself, or are you going to try to save fucking everybody?
My kids.
Because we all see
kids are important.
It just never works out.
Oh no, for sure. It's in a perfect world you could save everybody, but even best laid plans, dude, you're gonna lose somebody because people are gonna people, you know.
Yeah, but real. Okay, so
Dude, my people are gonna people fuck you up.
SXZBear is a highly logical. SXZBear is a highly logical thinker sometimes, and that sometimes comes with an off switch on emotions, and a different view on this. So you're like, oh man, but you can't save everybody, and it never works out. It doesn't work out now. You don't save everybody now. A zombie apocalypse would be nothing more than an expedition, or expediting the inevitable in certain ways. It'd be a different form of death. It would be much faster, but at the end of the day, it would still just be the same type of life, just at an accelerated pace of death. Right now, our birth rate is higher than our death rate. This would be the other way around.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I love every fucking bit of that. It makes the most sense, though.
So like, not
for sure.
Like, yeah, not trying to be the bad guy or the jackass here, but like, I'm just telling you that's already happening in life. And like, my biggest complaint about most TV shows and movies and stuff is we want to root for the good guy, trying to save everybody. And I get it. I'm all down for it. Not everybody's worth saving, and I don't mean that in a bad way. You keep talking about, they're going to turn your back on you. That's what they make their entire plot lines about, is what do you do with the bad guy? And it's the same thing as Batman. What do you do with the Joker? You just lock him up? What do you do? Feed him to the zombies? Then you're the bad guy. There's always going to be that question. Somebody's always going to have to be the bad guy in life. Your perspective will always dictate that bad guy.
Some shit about becoming the bad guy.
You got to try to, like... It's very true. But so I just, for me, like I said, those characters and in that moment, the sooner you let go of what you knew was the normal,
True.
the faster you will start surviving. Like Walking Dead, I hated it. Wife likes zombie stuff. I'll watch it with her. I'm not the biggest
Zombie Land
fan.
was
I do enjoy some zombie things, but like that whole first season of The Walking Dead, though. Well, we got to do this, and maybe if we get to the what? It's gone. Nothing's working that way. Why would you continue to try to establish a social norm that is no longer there, and is
I can
clearly
only
no
imagine,
freaking
keeping
longer
up with
there?
social norm, wake up on a Saturday like, oh fuck, I'm late for work.
Just go to work and all your coworkers are zombies.
Right, like, and like, you know, everybody's all like, too, with the children in those. You know, like, oh, try to protect them, Nope, start teaching them. Start teaching them now. I'm not telling you slave
There won't
labor,
be any
child
laws.
labor, nothing like that. However, you need to start teaching them to do small, minor chores
And
and,
you know the
stuff
worst
like
part
that.
about
Things
it
that are
is
going to
that's
help
the
keep
type of
them
shit
safe.
that we've
You need to
pushed
start
away
doing
from
certain
kids, like, they
training
don't need
drills.
that. So honestly, as a society, we've just done a disservice to all the young people as we go. They learn less and less of the valuable life skills that they need in the event of some kind of tragedy
Well,
where society collapses and you have to make a way on your own.
so efficiency and technology are the downfall of those things. You aren't taught it because in many ways it's not actually needed in the current world and in their current life. Mass populace lives in, you know, highly densely populated towns where, you know, sometimes living quarters are, you know, absolutely tiny, like 7 foot by 10 foot, and that's your entire apartment. You know, you have those living situations and stuff, and I don't know. I have a hard time arguing that, you know, a zombie apocalypse is worse than what's going on now. I'm not saying that, like, this is as bad as a zombie apocalypse could be as far as, like, sheer terror and torture. But all of the things that would happen in a zombie apocalypse are happening now. People being murdered, people being killed, simply because you have something that they wanted. Or they felt a need to prove power over you. Like, it's so funny. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this would happen. And, oh, it'd be so tough. And it's already happening for less important reasons. So, who's surviving and doing their best now? Those people are going to continue to do that. Posers will be immediately shown.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You know.
Another
saying.
dark question that I thought of. And hopefully, obviously, I'm not a big believer that a zombie apocalypse will ever happen because, you know, AI rising and becoming all this. Anyways, your loved one, child, wife, so-and-so becomes a zombie. Do you shoot them? So I already have your answer. You already said it. You're heartless.
Not heartless. This is a respect your wishes moment. So, anybody that I'm going to be spending time around that I would actually feel bad about having to do this to, we're going to be having a conversation. Hey, you're bit, and we know you're going to be turning. Do you want to turn, or would you like to be gone before that happens?
Establish that instantly.
Yeah, I think that's the smartest move.
Oh yeah. This is like, hey, what's up? My name is SXZBear. I'm a Libra, and off me before I turn.
If they're like, oh, I don't think anybody would want to turn, especially if it looks painful. If you see someone turning, you know what I mean?
I might just want to fuck around.
You would be the one.
Oh, dude, I'm like I said, I'm totally over here. Like I said, you know, SXZBear, Libra, shoot me before I turn. All I ask,
Bumpy Bear.
don't let me see it
Virgo,
happen.
Let me eat your brains when I die or when I turn.
Like,
I'm Dr. Bear. I'm a Leo. I like long walks on the beach and being stabbed in the back of the head with a screwdriver before I turn.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that though.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to turn, dude, at all. That'd
No.
be fucking terrible.
Well, it depends. If I want your brains, but I still have a cool
Nope.
personality.
if there's if there is such a thing as a soul, I don't imagine that a zombie has one, and I don't imagine that the soul of whatever a zombie came from or whatever probably isn't going to a great place. Off me before it happens. If there is such a thing,
Yeah.
for the love of God, give me a chance in the afterlife.
Then you would be able to be a worm. I mean,
Whoever believes in reincarnation, they come back as a zombie. Just
oh my God, dude. That's
the
crazy.
kick in the dick, dude.
Dude, that would suck.
Oh my God. You die only to come back as
just a
the
vicious
zombie of
cycle.
yourself.
No, like think about that. If you technically, if you're, let's say, when you die, if you're bit and you turn into a zombie, your soul doesn't leave your body because you technically don't die until you're dead, because you turn into the zombie where your brain turns off. You're permanent. You
Oh
basically
shit,
reincarnated
purgatory.
as a zombie while you're still in your body. Did I just mind fuck you, dog?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Because you're like, what the fuck? What that? Like, think about it. Like, that's crazy. But we're way off topic. But I like it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
It's vibing, dog. But anyway.
And if you liked it, hit that like button.
It's fucking down there. Just click it, dude.
and if you don't hit it,
So,
Them zombies be getting it.
when
yeah,
the
I don't know
zombie
about you guys,
apocalypse
but like
comes.
venue, if you couldn't stay at your house, and you were in a major metropolitan area, where do you think you would go to survive?
I am looking for a. Okay, so first off, fire station. Hear me out. If possible, I would like to commandeer the tanker truck. Take said tanker truck to a gas station and borrow a whole tanker truck full of gas.
Good one. I like it.
Then drive said fire truck to the nearest large depot that has both farming equipment and guns.
Bella.
Preferably an outdoor store of some kind. Because they also normally sell generators of a sort. I really just want to ransack a few things and maybe get out of there with a semi. And a trailer. And try to set up shop someplace nice. With some land to do some farming and
Yeah,
stuff.
farming's
Because
gonna be
ultimately,
key.
sustainable food source is going to be everything.
yeah, no.
And for the love of God,
Yeah,
don't eat
I think
anything
that's
raw.
What people would forget because they're so hungry.
Cook everything.
Like even if I'm starving,
Like, oh, it was a vegetable growing in the ground. I don't know if an animal's
Right.
pissed on that. And if that animal happens to have the zombie virus. Zombie carrots.
it's funny after hearing Swiss's plan or whatever. Going to what is it? Not a survival store, but a store that does specifically
outdoors?
outdoor
Yeah.
shit and like
Outdoor
I don't wanna say
store.
survival shit, but like
Sporting
has
goods.
has stuff to light fires. All
It'd
that
be
shit.
like a camping store, outdoor store. Yeah.
So I think honestly that's the best bet. Everyone like says like Walmart and shit like that for food. And sure, they might have some guns, but like
You got to get in when the looting starts. Then.
right.
You know what I mean? And then you still got to worry about people with guns being dickholes as you walk out.
See, and that's
And I guarantee you, even in the zombie apocalypse, a motherfucker is stealing a TV. because why not?
Bitch.
No, I'm dead. Think about it. Like, zombie apocalypse, you're rolling up to Walmart to get some ramen. This
Because
got a 72
because
yeah,
I
bitch,
still
gotta
haven't.
have- You
Bitch,
know,
we
this-
still gotta upload.
Yeah, because I've got an
Oh
Xbox
my God.
360 that's not hooked up to the internet because it doesn't exist, and I can
Jesus
still play
Christ.
all my Xbox 360 games as long as the power in my generator keeps running. Because I have
All
a
right,
fire
we're going to
truck
a
full
Swiss
of
dog 'cause
fucking
we'll be on
gas.
game.
Honestly.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's ingenious, man. I know.
Could you?
Not that you really want to use it or waste it for entertainment, but like having a fire truck that you then would have time to rig up to go to the next place to try to find more
I can only
gas.
imagine this, like, I'm so cold. It's the middle of winter. Like, hold on. I'm playing Xbox. We'll heat up.
We'll
I'll put
heat up
gas
in a minute.
Priorities, bitch. Come on.
The other cool thing about the fire truck is being a pump truck, and having the tank.
That is what
I
thought
also
you
now
were
have the world's
initially
largest
going with.
flamethrower.
We're like, I'm gonna
If
get a
I
tip
get stuck
truck.
at a Walmart, or any place like that, and I really need to try to figure a way out,
True.
I can make
I want
a
to get
path.
a tank, bro.
Like, just a regular tank that shoots
Yeah.
giant cannons.
Yeah. And
Can
now,
you imagine just our convoy is a fire truck, a tank, and then a baby blue Chevy Cruze?
okay. In all honesty, though, I would get a military Humvee because you don't need keys to start them.
with lances mounted on both sides, like
military Humvees,
skewers.
you don't. Any military vehicle doesn't have a fucking key. A jet, you literally flip buttons and push buttons, flip switches, and you can fly it. I would get a military vehicle because you don't need keys. The last thing you want to do is like, fuck, where are my keys? I gotta start this thing. If you're trying to like escape a horde, because like in a car, if they surround you, you're kind of you can't get any traction. You're kind of fucked. And a Humvee sits higher, but I mean that's a solid fucking
Again,
idea.
fire truck full of gasoline, and a very powerful hose that will
And
push
light
them
up
back
fucking
many
beautifully
feet.
on fire.
So, Switz, we heard what you're going to do. Where are you going to go?
So, yeah.
Your plan.
Where are you gonna go? So this is where I have the same kind of idea as Dr. Bear. I'm cool sharing what my plan and idea is, and that being like you gotta set up a community of some kind. And the big thing here is going to be having worthwhile people. The idea
Yeah,
that
man.
everybody's welcome.
You better
fuck
bring a
you,
fucking
they are.
skill to the table, bud.
Well, and it's not even like a rude thing. Like, show up and need to be taken in for the night. Completely understand. Thanks for passing through. Tell us what you know. Cool. Good to know. We'll, put you up for the night. On the flip side, if like, oh, I just want to live here. All I'm gonna do is bitch and lay around and
Hey.
kind of be an asshole, and there's the fucking door. If I wanted a zombie, they're
And
outside.
they would bitch the whole time.
Complete Debbie Downer. Does absolutely nothing. Yep.
Just live.
But, and it's not even so much about having like rules and laws and stuff as much as it's about just staying alive. It is what it is. It's so funny. You see, again, to go back to shows and stuff, you'll see the like, oh, this dude was beating his wife. And obviously, I don't condone, domestic violence in any way, shape, or form. However, in modern society, you hear it all the time when you are listening to people who live in larger cities that have some crime issues and stuff where, you keep your nose out of other people's business. You don't pay attention. That's just how it is here. that's gonna kind of have to be
You just
how
mind
your
your
town
fucking
is to
business,
some
'cause I can
extent.
dig that.
You know, have some understanded guidelines and rules. Be willing to help one another, but take care of one another. But ultimately, as long as you aren't harming somebody else, I think we're
I
good.
can only imagine. Like,
You do
there's
you.
domestic violence happening in the house next to you or whatever, and then you're sitting here, others just like, oh, we should go do something, and be like, there's worse things out there, like fucking zombies. Don't worry about it.
She probably burnt the last of the spaghetti in town.
Right.
I mean, might be warranted. I don't know. I'm just a neighbor bear, dude.
But and the other thing is too, if those are the things that are happening in your life, I have a real strong feeling you didn't make it very far. You were probably too busy arguing and crap like that. You probably didn't make it this far. So by
You're
the
probably
time I'm
long
trying
gone,
to
yeah.
set up a town or like little civilization, the types of people who are still around aren't going to be those kinds of people. The dude who's never had a job a day in his life and doesn't know how to do anything
No,
doesn't
you're not
magically
wrong.
survive for 10 and a half months. He's
No, if you
zombie
think
number
about it, all the people with
873.
skills that survive, that's literally how civilization restarts.
Right. Like,
You know, you don't just get Joe Schmo McBumfuck nuts over there. You know,
It's essentially an.
yeah, you definitely have to reproduce as well. Yep.
Well, I mean, it's just like an ice age and shit. Hell yeah. So, sorry to be a little bit more on the darker side here, but just being true to what this would be. And it's so funny because, like I said, it's such a dramatized thing. It's already happening. Most of the worst parts of any of those shows are the human-on-human violence. The thing that we've discussed most isn't how we plan on killing zombies. That seems pretty standard. It's how to deal with the humans. It's how to deal with each other. And that's already the problem. These problems didn't change.
Yeah.
They just got a lot closer to home.
It's pretty deep, honestly.
All right. Now, what would be your weapon of choice?
Ooh. Okay. Well.
It could be anything you want. I have
This is
practical.
hilarious.
I have 3. That would be like a setup type deal, like my kit.
Okay.
But Bumpy, you can go first.
So I'm gonna say I want a melee weapon first
Uh-huh.
of all. I don't. Maybe a katana. I guess I don't fucking know. Just some type of thing where I can just chop a motherfucker's head off real quick.
Yeah.
With ease. Like I don't want a giant fucking axe because that just seems like a fucking swing and a miss sometimes.
Well, katana is lightweight and it allows you to have a fast swing. So.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I want something. And then obviously, like in a perfect world, I want shooting once or twice, and I have decent aim. So in a perfect world, I would be a really good shot, and I would just go straight for the pistol. A fucking, like I don't need a fucking LMG to fucking mow down. I mean, in some situations, I'm sure there's going to be hundreds of zombies surrounding me, and an LMG would be fucking great. But I think practically, I would try to avoid situations where I'm surrounded by hundreds of zombies.
Yeah, that would be beneficial to life, you know.
So I think a lightweight katana, a nice pistol, and I think a self-res. That's
Jesus Christ. Self-res.
no, I
This
think
fucking
a
guy.
pistol and a katana would be ideal, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
like pistols.
And oh, Swiss, you're good. I'll ask a
If
question
we're
when you guys are
talking-
done because I'm curious.
Go ahead.
I have, it's like yeah.
So if
I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore, man. It's good.
go ahead. If we're going a melee weapon and pick your fantasy choice, a halberd. For anybody that doesn't know, it's a mix between a lance and a axe. So it's got the reach of like a spear, and it normally does have like a spear tip to it, but it also has a single side is an axe, the other half is a pick.
Yeah.
It's lightweight, meant for large sweeping motions, but also has the ability to stab and hack and otherwise. So great utility, lots of range, keeping the fuck away from me. Secondary weapon, did I mention the fire truck that is the world's largest flamethrower? Can't understate that enough. I can not only launch you 10 to 15 feet in the air with it, I can light you
God
on
damn it.
Okay,
fire.
ideally, you get 2 weapons. The fire truck is not one of them. What would be your second choice?
Okay, so for anybody who has checked us out on YouTube and seen some of our videos, you may have seen one where we played some Call of Duty, and I let you know that there are only 2 types of gun this bear uses. LMGs and SMGs. I need lots of bullets. I have terrible fucking aim. I need as many bullets as I can get as fast as I can get. So ideally, I'm the dude on top of the wall mounted because I'm not good for much that way. Again, did I mention the fire truck?
All right, well, you're the one covering my ass.
there's
while
a
I'm
reason.
trying to kill a bunch of zombies.
All right. So, Fumpy, a question for you. Of your pistol, what
Follow the
caliber would it be?
non-flamey parts.
Yes.
Okay, because I was gonna
yes,
say when
please.
you pick a specific one, I'm gonna ask you where you're gonna get ammunition.
I mean, you can ask that with any gun.
You want to know why I wouldn't have an issue? You take the 5.56 round. It's NATO, which means the U.S. Army has it, which means it's all over the place on all the dead bodies.
Okay, then I'm picking 5.56.
Yeah, any military round like a 9mm, you'd probably be able to find that on the sidearms with the guys. You get a 249, that's 5.56, that's an LMG. Swiss has that. I would take an M4. And I would definitely get silencers because if they're like Walking Dead, sound draws them. If you got to take down a bunch, you're going to want to be as quiet as possible or you're going to fucking alert the whole crowd. But like military checkpoints, I would rate all of those.
And then Swiss over here with this fucking fire truck. Woo!
He's like, we're going to have a motherfucking barbecue, son.
Yeah, but I'm that dude that can lay down a giant, puddle of gasoline into a choke point, and then whoop whoop
You're like,
whoop
yo,
whoop.
Doc, shoot
I'm
this.
like, oh,
motherfucker."
here they come. I can light it
You
with a
could light it with
freaking
fucking
magnifying
random
glass in the
incendiary or
sun.
tracer round.
I could light it with a.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I'm saying, like, we're talking about not, what happens if you can't find the ammo. I can light it with a goddamn magnifying glass. My glasses. I can piss in some
Calm
plastic
down,
wrap
Bear Grylls.
and do it. Like,
how much is the tank fill in the fire truck?
A lot. You should look up tank size.
enough that I would probably end up emptying at least 2 of the
I think
octanes
it's like
into
a
it.
couple thousand gallons.
Like, everything in their tank.
100. It goes from 500 to 1500.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah. Also, because of the hose, you have control over the pressure and volume and the amount of water. Or, gasoline in this case. So it's not like I'm wasting a bunch of gas. I can literally use a fogger head to save the amount of gas and literally just mist them with gasoline, and this is
All
good
I'm
enough
saying
to do
is, if you ever see
that. You know
a
what I
zombies,
mean? Like, it's not like it's constantly
you
a
got zombie
full-force
apocalypse
rocket.
happening,
There are
you
many
see a
ways you
fire
can
truck,
use
don't
this.
fuck with it. It's probably Swiss, full of gasoline.
Just so you know, to fill a fire truck with 1,500 gallons, it would cost you $5,340. Anyways.
Yeah, it turns out the zombie at the counter couldn't figure out how to get out the
No
door to
shit,
tell me I
man.
forgot to
You
pay.
should probably fire that dude.
You should be fired. Oh, man. Okay, now the last thing is going to be, like we said, island, whatever. What state would you be in, or what area would you be in an ideal location?
Okay. Ideally, you would go to the least populated country and or area because less population, less zombies, I'm assuming. Unless all the zombies like warmer climates or colder climates.
I did see something on here, and it said New Jersey
Well,
had a 5% chance survival rate if you live there. So don't go there.
Get fucked.
And Iowa's in the top 10.
That's because it's the most.
Yeah.
That's because New Jersey is the most densely
and the next one
populated
up was
state
27.
in the United
I was
States.
like, God damn, fuck
And
Jersey,
honestly,
dude.
I wouldn't go anywhere city related. Like any like. I don't want to like walk around corners, and I want big open fields.
So here's the trade-off, though. Here's the trade-off, though. Unless you had a way to supply yourself and regenerate your own food, you, by going to those places, also cut yourself off from resources. From modern resources. So if you don't know how to, Survivor Man this and go bear down, that's going to be a tough trick. Again, though, most of the people that are alive at this point have some type of skill to them and some type of knowledge that's getting them this far. I think you would see quite a bit of change in the way certain things work and go too, like a societal change, it's to be expected, but that's a great question. Do you go out to a secluded area? And you're saying that ideally it would be a secluded area. I would argue that it would actually be easier to find a vacant city because after a period of time, the city would no longer have a need for there to be zombies. Everybody else moved away from it. The city would actually be an easier place to take over an entire building.
Yeah.
And barricade it where you could clear it. I could go find a 250, a 20-story building and clear the whole building out, reinforce everything I need to, because I doubt a zombie's going to figure out how to skydive in like Batman. So, and by that point, if you're really the only people in the city again, there shouldn't be a zombie population. So, I mean, I guess I would disagree with your go out to the least, most secluded area or find a peninsula. I would actually almost attempt to stay mobile and stay alive and then bring myself back into a city because as far as growing food and stuff like that goes, I can create indoor grow beds. I can actually better sustain myself that way than I can being completely hoping that nature still produces rain and that this doesn't cause the weather patterns to become something else because of meltdowns at nuclear plants and all this other stuff that would happen and the other failures. And so I actually think it would be easier to come back into the city and re-jumpstart part of a power grid than it would be to go out secluded.
I would go... Yeah,
I think you could use wind energy,
like a hunting
stuff
cabin,
like that
would be a good
too.
spot to stay, because you have stuff you need, but you're also not like super far out of the way, but you're out of the way enough where, unless someone is really looking to find you, they're not really gonna find you.
Yeah, but then a zombie apocalypse turns into a horror movie, and there's just a serial killer out there during a zombie apocalypse, and then you die in the cabin in the woods.
There was a show that had that. Oh, what was it called? No, dead serious. Oh my gosh. It's not Van Helsing. It was something else. It's based on a chick, and there's vampires
28
everywhere.
Days
Not
Later?
a zombie apocalypse, but during this giant vampire apocalypse. No, it's not a movie. It's a show on Netflix. It wasn't a zombie apocalypse. It was vampires. But in amongst all this crap happening, there's a serial killer amongst them. And he's actually the guy that everybody thinks is this awesome dude who's been this badass protector the whole time. He's actually the guy that's killed like 3 of their group members for being weak and useless.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about killing myself during the zombie apocalypse now.
All right.
So, just to say, we did have suicide come up multiple times, and we were being as lighthearted as you can be about that subject. But if you yourself are actually struggling with that and have those types of thoughts, please do us all a favor. Suicide hotline, suicide prevention. You're worth more than you realize you are. Somebody out there is going to miss you. If you're listening to us, we're going to miss you as a listener. Please reach out.
100%.
People care.
Too many people die every day for some dumbass shit. And life don't get any easier when you're dead. Because you're dead. You take the easy way out. Bumpy, why you laughing, bro? I'm trying to fucking get somewhere here, okay?
Because this shit got fucking real, dude.
No shit, dog. But it is suicide prevention, you know what I mean? Like,
No, 100%. And obviously, this is.
I don't want people to get the wrong idea either, you know?
No, it's
It needed to
very
be said,
fabricated,
it's-
reality that we are
Yeah.
talking
Nope.
about.
Yeah.
Yep. Suicide has played a
Yeah.
role in my life. I've had a few family and friends go out that way, and
You're not fucking wrong, man.
I'm good if that never happens again.
But in the case of a zombie apocalypse, stay the fuck away from my shit.
It's true. I will kill
Yeah.
you.
In case of a zombie apocalypse, my name is SXZBear. I'm a Libra, and shoot me before
Alright.
I turn. Just don't
So
let me
we'll
see it.
See you
That's all I
guys
ask.
in the next one.
Thank you for listening to Sleuthcast. Catch the Bears every Friday. For more bear entertainment, follow the Bears on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and on YouTube at SXZBear. For gaming content and live streams, catch the Bears on YouTube at SXZBear. Thank you for listening.